The new information that we have right now is that there have been other arrests, and not just in Belgium. There have been some 10 people that were arrested in overnight operations by police in the Paris area. The German authorities are reporting that they have detained a German-Tunisian man who had gone to Syria to work as a medic and also train militarily with ISIS, and had come back and was trying to recruit people. And that's why they arrested him, though they say that there was no imminent attack being planned by him. But it still, obviously, considering what's been going on here and in France in last week, authorities have stepped up their efforts to round up people who could be potentially connected with any kinds of plots. The authorities say that from the roughly 10 searches that they did through search warrants here yesterday and last night, they have collected a lot of information. They won't say how many people they may have detained, but they are trying to round up people who had escaped from certain areas. And they also are sifting through that information to see what else they can find. The place of the attack, or the place where the clash happened and the two suspects were killed, in Verviers, that street is still blocked off. Police are still looking at the area and trying to find more clues. I might just add that the newspapers here are just plastered with all kinds of pictures and headlines. This one saying, "Belgium, a state of siege." All the newspapers are just like that, with commandos and so forth. In fact, the commandos right behind me, actually, at the police headquarters here, the federal police headquarters, which is not very usual to be so indiscreet, shall I say. Back to you.
Exactly. And also, you know, these reports of a raid in Berlin, plus there are other reports of perhaps 20 terror cells being active in Europe right now. I mean, if you're waking up to this news living in Europe, this is quite unnerving, because they seem to be connected and coordinated. What is the picture, the terror picture, that we're waking up to in Europe this Friday?
Well, you know, I was reading that the Prime Minister here, Charles Michel, had met with his Interior Minister and with his Justice Minister last night, was tracking it, knew very well what was going to happen even within 48 hours, the newspapers are reporting. He's not trying to play up the hype that perhaps people should be so concerned. Obviously, they have to be on the lookout, and what we're seeing here is people are normally taking the trams and driving to work. It's not shutting anything down, but people are obviously going to be much more alert after what happened in the last 24 hours here. It is something that people will be watching, and of course the terror alert here has been raised from 2 to 3 with a high of 4. So it's it's raising a lot of concern here among authorities, and people will be on the lookout. But so far we don't see this morning any sort of neurosis, say, among the public.